Hello and assalamu alaikum guys. This is basically a short tutorial on how to do background subtraction in Python OpenCV by using the average background algorithm, background averaging as we know it. So I'm just going to dive into the code. First I have declared a function called denoise, and what we do is we pass it a frame and it applies two filters on it. The first one is the median blur filter and the second one is the Gaussian blur, and it returns the frame. Okay, so then I've instantiated a camera object, and I have you can say a global variable called alpha, and this variable is basically the rate at which your algorithm is going to learn the background, and the greater this rate is, the more prominent your foreground becomes, and you're going to see that in a bit. And then I have a global variable called bg, which is background. Now what I do is I read a frame from the camera, and this is the first frame to be read. Okay, and I pass it to CVT color to convert it into a grayscale format, and then I send it to denoise. So denoise returns me the filtered grayscale image, and I use that as the first image of the background. Okay, and then there is an infinite loop, and inside the loop I'm reading a frame from the camera first. I save it in another variable after converting it into a grayscale again, and then I apply the following formula, which is I multiply the current frame, the current grayscale frame, with alpha, and I add to it the bg, the current background, multiplied by 1 minus alpha to get the background, the newer background. Okay, and after that we calculate the mask. And how do we do it? We take the absolute difference of f, which is the current frame in grayscale, and bg, which is the calculated background. And you must do this, you must convert it to uint8 .as type np.uint8, and this is going to return you the mask. And what you can do after that is you can basically apply a threshold. Threshold basically means that you're only going to take the regions in the image which have a certain value. So after we have taken the absolute difference of the frame and the background, let's say I want to take only the pixels in which the change in both the images is greater than 10 or greater than 25 but less than 255. Alright, but I'll just comment this line out so that you guys can see what thresholding does. It makes your background it makes your background like totally black, because you're taking only the values which are above a certain threshold. Okay, and then we're going to show the image. Ignore this part, and this is just basically some hand detection, or maybe I'll show you guys what this is. Just a simple code, and then we just show the image. That's kind of about it. So let's run this. I'm away from the webcam. As you guys can see, my brother is laughing at me for recording this, but you won't understand. So here in the black screen we have the background subtracted, and you can see the input from this window, and you can see that it's pretty grayish and it's not that catchy. Right, so now let's apply some thresholding. I'll just uncomment the thresholding line and I'll run it again. I'm going to place this very carefully. Okay, now you can see what thresholding does. Basically, you can see what thresholding does. It basically turns every pixel which is above a certain value to 1, 255, and that gives it a very nice prominence. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I do with this mask. After applying the threshold, I apply some magic to it for detecting my hands. Alright, so let's give it a go.
More cigarette.
Can you shut up? Okay, so here you can see my hand, and it's pretty cool, and I hope this helps anyone in the future who's looking to do some background averaging in Python. Thank you so much. बहुत पिटोगे तुम.